Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Dutchin channel. It is Tuesday evening, the 26th of March 2024, 10 to 9 in the evening, and it's time for the results show from today. And we had a few meetings today, 4 to be in fact, and the last one ended with Dundalk. We had Southwell, Newcastle, and Taunton going back to the afternoon. And first of all, we're going to start with the profit and loss sheet. And again, we started on the 6th of March. It's now the 26th, so we've been going 21 days. And today reached exactly 400 bets since the start, which is £20,000. And we've received back 22,538.66. So a winning day today has added to our total yesterday, and we are now on £2,538.66 profit for the month, or 21 days, 3 weeks days, so it's over £800 a week. And we'll go into today's sheet. You can see in the bottom right hand corner here, the profit today was 156.21. But that was no help to Newcastle at all. We'll start there, where we laid out £300 and only returned 166.21. So we made £133.79 loss at Newcastle. But last night we did £209 profit. But of course, this was jumps today. Last night was all weather. Then in the afternoon as well, we had Taunton. And Taunton got us a little bit of a profit there at 42.50. So going into the evening, we were actually on a loss of about £90. And then the first meeting that started early was Southwell, and we took 4 wins out of Southwell from 6 races. So that put us on a profit there of 97.50. But it was the first time I decided to put the Irish racing in tonight, and what a treat that was, taking the first 4 winners out of 5 bets. So a profit there of £150 helped with the profit tonight from Dundalk. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that, we most probably would have broke level. So we're going to go back into today's racing. And the first race at Taunton was the 220. We had No Tonic of odds of 9.96, and we did have some extremely large winners today as well. The second race was a no bet there, and the third race, well, this was a loss. Tuscan Rose came through, but again, you know what happens. We had the second, which was our top selection. Then moving into the 350, Loop de Maud. I think that was fortunate to get back up. It looked beat going about 2 or 3 out, and then it just rallied over the last and came back and duly won as a favourite, should do in the end. Then in the 420, top selection won here, but how this went off at 16.5, I'll never know. But as I say, that was again a top selection and a very good price. In the 450 at Taunton, Annie Wicks, that was always in the front rank, and we just couldn't do anything about that. We didn't get the second either, so we was well out there. But we did have a 19.7 priced third, which was our top selection. That was the best we could have done there. Then the last race at Taunton was a no betting race. Then we went over to Newcastle. This was just a washout, really. Celestial Fashion was our third selection if we could have gone down one more and didn't have Polysud. But Polysud trading 101 in running was disappointing, really, the way that finished. And in the 305, Beneficially Yours won, but it was even money, 2.04. We didn't have full stakes on it, but again, it was getting us out of trouble. Then Hello Judge in the 335. That was favourite, 4-horse race, and again at some point I didn't think that was going to win, but it duly obliged again in the end, so that gave us another win at Newcastle. And then it was downhill, really. Went into the 405, Raffet is return, but if you look at this at the end here, the bottom three selections all come first, second and third, so that's how bad my selections were in that race. Then in the 4:35, Has Troke, another one down the bottom of 5 runners. All right, I had the second there, Le Grand Vert, but it was running on past beaten horse. So again, I was nowhere near any way picking that winner. Then in the 5:05, Clovis Boy rallied late to get close home and beat Glory Heights, but again, disappointing my selections in that race. And Rivers Corner, for the price it went off at, nearly even money, was very disappointing. I could see, even though that was in front most of the way round, I could see even about halfway that weren't going to win. Then we went into Southwell, early kick-off here. Defence Treaty won this race of odds of 40.6, which we had. That was our 5th selection, and this is why I always say you need to do more than one horse in a race. You cover yourself, you get even money, you win more than you lose. So Defence Treaty there was a very big winner, very nice winner to get that. Then the 4:45 was a no betting race. And then in the 5:15, Cloud King didn't get away. This was short odds. This went off at nearly 10 to 11. And Cloud King didn't get away. It went straight odds against, but won impressively. So that was a good win, that. Then the 5:45 was another no betting race, and the 6:15. There's a lot of maidens tonight. And then we come out in the 6:45, Chola Empire, Jamie Spencer, led from the word go. You could see nothing was coming out of the pack, nothing was going to beat it. And that Julia Blige, but of course, another disappointing race for me there. I couldn't get anything in the frame at all. It was just bad. And then in the 7:15, we had a load of horses here. And it didn't really matter what came first because it was so close and it was a photo. The Real McKay and Soul Singer were first and second of odds of 17.3 and 20.7, and I had both. So that was a nice result to get. I do like the outsiders winning. Then into the 7:45, Macaloo, couldn't pick that at all. And of course, we had Inexplicable as our top selection. That ran on to 4th. And Storm Asset was disappointing, really, just under 6 to 4. Felt that should have won tonight, but another bad selection race, really. And then the last race, the 8:15, these were going nip and tuck all the way to the line. Copper Mountain went 101 in running. Then Van Zart went odds on, and Copper Mountain went 102. And it was just tight all the way to the line, and Van Zart just got up. That was our top selection. And if you look there, we've given the first 3 in correct order for the straight tricast. We don't do many of those. And then it was over at Dundalk for the first race to 5 o'clock there, not for a long time. And that duly won. The money came for Gobi Star, which was our second selection, but the money kept piling on. That went down to even money, and Run a Poor Race just came 4th. Then the second race here, the 5:30, I had an outsider here called Nazra, which won, and that was my top selection off of 17.4. I think if you had just followed me in on the top selections since the 6th, I think there would have been a nice profit at SP. So that duly won there, so I was happy with that considering the price. Then we had no bets in the 6 o'clock and the 6:30. Then the 7 o'clock, Bungle in the Desert. This was one of 3 that I had there to start with, and then we added in Adair Beauty. But Adair Beauty ran a cracker, really, 56.6. But we did have the winner. That was Bungle in the Desert at 5.54. So that was the third winner on the trot at Dundalk. Then in the next race, Zahi was the winner here. We had that. That was 7.8. And in fact, the first 4 selections there finished first, second, third and 4th. So another good result there at Dundalk. That was 4 on the trot. We had no bet in the 8 o'clock. And the last race, this went off favourite, the Alphonse Le Grande. I didn't really fancy that. And of course, I ended up with the third and fourth there in Brave Thought and Believing Science. But that was pretty poor for me in that one. Chopsticks came second. I've given that to finish second to last. But other than that, it was a good day all round, really. It went all the way down to that final race, the 8:30 at Dundalk, where we could have either been 256 in profit, or as we ended up, 156. But I'm not going to grumble with that. The month's gone really, really well. Everything's been proved way in advance. I've already uploaded the selections for tomorrow. I've done that earlier this afternoon. And don't forget, tomorrow, Wexford in Ireland has been abandoned. Waterlogged track. And that's about it until we meet in the morning again for the 3 meetings and the matchbook exchange, and that'll be between 9 and 10 o'clock. And otherwise, everybody sleep well.